Today we're going to look at how to multiply 2-digit by 2-digit and 3-digit numbers, and we're going to look at how to do it a couple different ways. So if I wanted to start with 24 times 21, first I can do it the standard algorithm. 24 times 21, and I'm going to start with my ones place. 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2. I'm done with my ones place, so I can cross it out and put a 0 down there. Now I have to put a 0 because this is my placeholder. When I go to the next part, I'm going to do 2 times 4. But 2 really represents 20. It's like saying 20 times 4. And 20 times 4 is 80. So 2 times 4 is 8. And that makes 80. So that's why I need to put my 0 in for my placeholder. Then 2 times 2 is 4. And I add them together. I add my two partial products. This is part of my product. This is the other part of my product. So we call these partial products. 4, 8 and 2, 10, carry my 1, 4 and 1 is 5. So 504. Another way I'm going to do that is by showing my partial products right over here. I started with 1 and I multiplied 1 times 24 and I got 24. So I'm going to write 1 times 24 equals 24. Then I multiplied 2 times 24, but it was really 2 was worth 20. So it's like saying 20 times 24. And that equaled 480. And then I add these together. 4 and 0, 8 and 2, carry my 1, and 5. 504. The last way I want to show you is by using the area model for multiplication. So I set up my area model and I take my first number, my first factor of 24, and I write 20 plus 4, draw my line, times 21. So 21 is going to go on this side. I'm going to expand it out, 20 plus 1, and draw my line. So now I've got 20 times 20, and I can highlight zeros, 2 zeros, and I've got 2 times 2 is 4. 20 times 20 is 400. 20 times 4. Well, again, I can highlight my 0, and I've got 2 times 4 is 8. 80. Then I go for this box. 1 times 20 is 20. 1 times 4, 4. And then I'm going to add all these up. And I always want to put my longer numbers first. Put my plus sign, my addition sign. Got 4, 8 and 2 is 10, carry my 1, 4 and 5. 504, 504, and that checks. Next I'll show you how to do an example using 2-digit times a 3-digit number. So if I had 229 times 31, for example, then I'm going to write 229 times 31. I'm going to start with my ones place, 1 times everything. I'm done with my ones place, so I'm going to drop the 0 for a placeholder. Go to my tens place. 3 times 9 is 27. Carry my 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 3 times 2 is 6. Add them up. I've got a 9, a 9, a 10, carry my 1, and a 7. Now again, this is called a partial product because it's the product of ones place times my other product. And this is the other partial product, the 3 times my factor. So I'm going to write these over here in partial products. 1 times 229 and 30 times 229, because the 3 really stands for, the value of that 3 is 30 times 229. And 30 times 229 is 6870. So I'm going to add those up, and I've got my 9, my 10, carry my 1, and my 7. 7,099. Same thing. And finally, I'll show using the area model. And I'm going to want to leave some room on the side over here so I can add up all of my numbers there. So I've got 229. I'm going to expand that out. 200 plus 20 plus 9. And then I'm going to multiply that by 31. So I'm going to expand that. 30 plus 1. 200 times 30. Well, I highlight my zeros. I've got 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6,000. 30 times 20. 0, 0, and 600. 30 times 9. 0 and 27, so 270. Next, I'm going to do 1 times everything. 1 times 200, 1 times 20, 1 times 9. And then I'm going to add all these up. I'm going to write them from the longest numbers to the shortest numbers. And I got to make sure I keep all my place values lined up. So I've got 9 ones, 7, 8, 9. In the tens, it helps if I cross off my numbers after I add them. 6, 8, 10. Carry my 1, and 7. So now I can multiply two numbers, two factors, 3 different ways. Standard, partial product, and area model.